can't find it, Valerie.
What? Oh. Oh, sorry. I was absolutely sure that I'd put it there.
Oh, thanks. You're right. Still lodged in the old internal jukebox.
Yeah, might need an op to get it out.
Pity you don't know someone with surgical experience.
Like I'd want you digging around in my head.
Dr. Carter, may I borrow you for a moment?
Yes, of course. Excuse me. La 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 dee. Bum 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 bum.
I'm surprised you're seeing patients, to be honest with you.
What am I going to do? Stay at home feeling sorry for myself all day? No, I'd rather get stuck in.
No, I was thinking of some changes.
Well, your photography course sounds like a good idea.
I was wondering about going back to police surgeon work.
Really? I thought you'd had enough of all of that.
I miss it. You know, Noakes isn't there anymore, so...
I can see that the photography course has really changed your perspective.
Yeah, very funny. So do you think they take me back?
Well, they're short-staffed. And they're always talking about you, in a good way. But you'd have to talk to the principal police surgeon.
Yeah, maybe I will. Thanks, see you.
I thought you'd be full of this. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Just, don't want to bore anyone.
Oh, you can't bore me. I love photos.
Yeah, well?
Well, I haven't got my glasses, but they look great to me.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm not an expert, so I can't take a picture without a thumb in it. But...
Well, my tutor says I've got a good eye, so yeah, she encouraged me to book a portraiture course at the back of this one. So.
Classic technique.
Thank you.
No, not you, the tutor. They're flattering you so you book more lessons.
Oh, it's not like you to be cynical. Mrs. Hollins, can I have a moment of your time, please? I was just... Oh.
Not like proper photography. No, is it, mate? You get any imperfections, you can just put it through a computer, add an effect just like that, like I showed you last week, huh?
Yeah, a lot of work still went into it, though.
Well, it's not like you went into a dark room, is it? Anyone with a phone can call themselves a photographer nowadays.
I have no idea.
Neither. Well, it must be important. Mr. Bellamy set a reminder, and he put an exclamation mark after "don't forget." I wonder who she is.
Is there nothing in his address book that matches the name?
Well, why don't you just ask Emma?
All right, not a good idea. There's no indication as to whether it's business or...
Well, romantic. Awkward. Well, my money's on she's a sales rep.
Well, why don't you ring the East Park Hotel, tell them what happened, and let them deal with it?
Oh, no, I do not want to tell someone about what happened to Mr. Bellamy in a message.
Well, then there's only one thing to do.
You're using your camera's pre-programmed settings, aren't you? You need to find your own style, mate.
Wow, who took these? They're really good.
I did.
These vertically framed shots, they're really hard to get because, well, obviously, naturally, you always want to frame things horizontally, so... Kudos. And diffuse lighting, I mean, that's another hard thing to nail. You got the eye, Jimmy.
Thank you. It's exactly what my tutor said.
No problems.
Oh, Sid, I was thinking about this whole antibiotic thing. For it to work, you need to appeal to the patients, you know, get them involved.
Good luck with that.
Anyway, it's European Antibiotic Awareness Day on Wednesday, so...
How could I not have known that?
I was thinking you could do something.
Sydney, how could you have not known that? It's Wednesday.
Thank you so much. There's loads to do and only 2 days to do it in. But there's bound to be loads of stuff online that I could print off or get delivered. Hey, perhaps the other surgeries are getting involved. I could liaise with them and... I better get written on.
Yeah, get to it, man. I think we might regret you telling him that.
Nah, just keep busy.
Man?
Mrs. Tembe, I thought I'd give you an update.
An update?
On how I'm fitting in.
Oh, well, yes, well, that might be useful. So, how are you fitting in?
Well, I like the place. That's always good news, isn't it? People are nice.
Well, that is good. If that is everything.
Yeah, it's always a bonus when people click, you know. Well, I've worked with some right stuck-up so-and-sos in my time. And when I first met Heston, I thought, oh, hello, you know.
No, not really.
Yeah, and then you get to know him and you see that he's cultured, funny, he's kind. you know him really well, don't you? Because you've worked with him for years and you must know him.
Well, my colleague's personal life is none of my business now, if you don't mind.
Oh, I just thought...
It's just that I have a meeting to go to.
Oh.
Excuse me, are you Yvonne? I'm so sorry to interrupt. Are you Yvonne?
I'm not, darling, no.
Excuse me. Hi. I'm Yvonne Bailey.
Oh, right. I am Mrs. Temby from the Mill Health Centre.
Hi. What, did Howard not make it?
May I? Can I ask, how do you know Mr. Bellamy?
Oh, we go a long way back.
All right. Yeah, and in what regard?
Sorry, but who are you again?
I work with Mr. Bellamy. Well, I used to.
Oh, has he left?
There is no easy way to say this. I'm so sorry, but Mr. Bellamy has passed away.
No, he couldn't have done it.
I am so sorry.
Here you go.
Oh, hey, I meant to ask, how did it go with the opera?
Oh, it was fantastic. I mean, I've seen stuff online, but this was live and wow.
And the perfect guide in Heston.
Yeah. He kept checking that I was enjoying it.
You'd have to check I wasn't legging it.
You're not a fan?
It's just a load of screeching in Viking helmets, isn't it? Do you fancy some lunch?
Oh, yeah, Icon.
Yeah?
Do it. Valerie, do you fancy coming?
To be honest, I'd be happier with a sandwich and an apple.
Oh, go on, it'd be fun.
Oh, no, I haven't been sleeping very well. I don't think I'd be very good company.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's hard when you've just broke up with someone. Hang in there.
I need to know what happened.
It was an aneurysm.
Was it quick? After all the action that he saw, and that's the way he went out. It's not right. I just spoke to him on the phone and he sounded fine. I had no idea it was all just ticking away.
And none of us did.
Normally we met once a year, you know, just to catch up and for me to say thank you again. But this time I really needed to see him.
Why would you need to thank him?
That would save my life.
I think I upset Mrs. Tembe earlier. I was digging around whether she had feelings for Heston.
You asked her?
Well, no, not outright. No, I'm not that mad.
There's nothing going on between Heston and Mrs. Temby. I mean, she gets a bit possessive with their friendship, that's all. No, he's pretty much set in his ways, you know, gourmet meals for one.
Sounds lovely.
Why do you want to know about Heston and Mrs. Temby?
I've just never met anyone like him. He's a bit odd.
A bit? You know, he had a dog when he was little and he called it Ozymandias.
No.
And he refused to speak to anyone who shortened it to Ozzy, even the vet.
Come on, tell me a bit more.
Oh, okay. He was married once, but that was a long time ago. He's had relationships since, but... he's got a bow tie for whatever mood takes him.
I don't think I could stick to one mood all day.
Who's saying he can?
Gavin had checked under the car, but he must have missed it. We were driving down off the White Rock Road onto the Falls Road. It's the same route we used to take every night, and I don't suppose you know it, but the road at that junction is really steep, and it was triggered by a tilt switch. It was so loud. There was glass and metal everywhere. Gavin was screaming. I mean, he was hurt much worse than me. Later, we found out that he'd lost his legs from...
I am so sorry.
He was screaming his head off. I couldn't hear him, though. I just remember sitting there. I was trapped. I had this terrible pain across here, and I was struggling to breathe, and I can remember there was people looking in at me. There was an old man, and there was a woman in this like, flowery headscarf, and then a young soldier, the sergeant. He was there, and he was pushing them all back.
Mr. Bellamy.
He was talking to me, smiling. The words were fuzzy. I couldn't hear them. I couldn't hear anything. The next thing I know, I woke up and I was on the ground. He later told me that he'd pulled me out and resuscitated me. And then he just waited with me until the ambulances arrived. I'm so sorry, I've got to take this. I didn't lie. I told you I had a meeting.
Where are you?
In the meeting room.
What's that music I can hear then?
Well, they're just playing music in the room, that's all.
What a surprise. Hello, love. We could talk about this later, this little mix-up you're having, eh? She's losing her head.
What are you doing here?
Just passing through. Who's this then?
Oh, this is,
I am Mrs. Tembe.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. So, where is he then? Howard?
How did you know I was working home?
Mr. Bellamy is unable to be here because...
Oh, that's a shame. Perhaps we can have a sit down and a nice cup of tea. You can tell me all about him. This one's a bit, she doesn't like to talk about it, you know.
I didn't tell you about the meeting just because I...
It's not a problem. We'll talk about it later.
I just know that you think
We've
some
got
of it...
company.
Well, perhaps I should leave you two to it. If you need...
Do you have to go so soon?
She said she should be leaving. Don't you listen?
It was lovely to meet you.
You too.
Ta-ta.
Howard's dead.
Oh, that's a shame. Does that upset you? Finish your tea.
So her hair is now brown. Thank you. And look, they've got your eyes, haven't they?
Well, that's Shaq and that's Alia. Yeah, I love them, but they drive me bonkers sometimes.
What's their job? And the dad?
Didn't work out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's a good thing. Oh, I wish we didn't have to go.
Well, we could bunk off.
Could you imagine Mrs. Temby's face if I didn't turn up?
Please, nothing happened.
The guy saved your life. You've gone on about him for years.
I've never felt like
You
that.
lied about where you were meeting.
I know how you get about it.
I bet I would have caught you sleeping together in one of the 4 posters. That was the plan, wasn't it? Eh? Nice afternoon together, and then a little spa session.
Don't be so silly.
Yeah? What underwear are you wearing then?
Nothing, it's just...
Nothing. You're wearing nothing.
No, I meant nothing special. Boss, please. The guy's dead.
Get in the car.
I've got to go back up and get my
I'll
book.
go and get your book. Get in the car.
Mrs. Tembe?
Wait, please.
Excuse me, what is going on?
Just please help me. We need to go before he comes back.
Oh, good idea. Go, 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 go!
Thank you.
Yeah, but the waiter could have cracked a smile.
We tipped for a smile.
Hey, do you know, I got a tip here once.
No way.
Yeah. And a pensioner took a shine to me and gave me 10p. I didn't let it change my life.
Oh, do you know what? I don't know what I'm thinking. It's just a moment of madness. He's going to be wondering where I am.
Right, look, you will be safe here. Come to my office. I'll make you a cup of tea. So,
You saw how he is. I'm sure he can turn on the charm, but he can just change like that. I mean, oh, you know what? I shouldn't be talking about him like this. He's a good man, really. I mean...
So why are you running from a good man?
You have no idea. Oh, no.
It's all right, it's all right.
No, it's not. This is the only skirt he... It's the only skirt he lets me wear. He chose this. I mean, do you really think I would wear a monstrosity like this out of choice? I'm not allowed to wear makeup. I can't be attractive, otherwise, you know, boys won't be able to stop throwing themselves at me, apparently. He puts me down, he checks up on me all the time, and my family, I haven't even seen my dad since he had his heart attack. And... Oh. Ross understood me. You know, he understood my fears and everything, you know, right from the start. And as time went on, you know, he would help me. He would make arrangements and make difficult phone calls, you know, anything that would just make life easier for me. He didn't want me to work, so for a long time I didn't. You know, I just thought he was being gallant. But now when I look back, I just realised that little by little he was just taking over. He lost his job about 7 months ago. And that's when he really changed. He started following me, just letting his imagination run riot. He got himself so paranoid about Howard, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, there are places you can go.
You mean a woman's refuge? But he doesn't hit me.
But what you are going through is abuse.
I don't know, it just all seems a bit extreme.
Well, at least talk to somebody. I know I am not Mr. Bellamy. But please, let me help you.
Can I help you?
I hope so. I seem to have lost something.
Oh, dear. Well, I'll check lost property for you. What is it you've lost?
14 years of my life.
Sorry?
But it's okay. I know who took it. I want to talk to Mrs. Tembe.
And you are...
Yvonne! Yvonne!
Please, you've got...
Stop me then.
No,
Yvonne!
please, you can't
Come
shout like that.
now.
Please, I'm going to have to ask you to keep your voice down.
What is all this noise?
Yvonne!
Hey, you cannot go in there!
Get your bag. We're going home.
Get out of my office!
What have you been filling her head with?
I said get out!
I asked you a question. What right have you got to poke your nose into our relationship,
Ross,
eh?
please, just let...
Take your hand away.
Shall I call the police?
This is your last chance.
I'll see you at home.
Are you all right?
Yep, come in.
Jimmy, first of all, a belated apology.
For?
For highlighting that you were prescribing the most antibiotics in the practice.
Okay.
And secondly, thank you for telling me about European Antibiotics Awareness Day. It's going to be a brilliant way of getting the word out about patterns of uses and just educating people.
My pleasure.
And I've already started ringing around the other surgeries and see if they can come on board too. I mean, I just think if we tell a patient about how antibiotics should be used, and then they tell 2 more friends, and then they tell 2 friends...
It'll spread like a disease.
Well, a disease of knowledge.
Yeah, right. Well, you know...
Yeah, just, one more thing. Will you be an antibiotic guardian?
I'm not dressing up.
No costume required. I promise.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Never thought I'd have to call a helpline, but then who does? What a mess.
You deserve to be treated with respect.
They said about going to a refuge. It just feels so wrong running away. It's not in a soldier's training.
You wanted to see Mr. Bellamy for a reason. Look, I could take you.
No, he said it's best that nobody knows where I'm going.
Yes, of course.
Could you order me a taxi?
I know that this may seem very scary, but the woman's refuge is the right place.
Yes, you can see that I'm in your catchment area. Please, I just need a new patient appointment. Oh, yes. You know, that's good. And that's with Dr. Hamar tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks. Cheers.
New message.
What can I say? I'm sorry. I've been a fool. I shouldn't have been like... I was just a bull in a china shop, coming into the surgery, checking up on you. What was I thinking, eh? But this Howard was pushing my buttons and I... But I can change. The main thing is, I love you. So come home, please. We can talk at night. Where are you?
I'm coming home.
So how did your meeting go?
Oh, well, I think I did what Mr. Bellamy would have done.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that'll be great. Sounds like a plan. Oh, and don't worry about getting stuff over to you, yeah? That won't be any problem. I've got people.
People?
Yeah, he was looking at you.
All fellow surgery want to be involved in the campaign. Oh, woo! Before you disappear, I've just got one question I want to ask you all. Can you all make a pledge?
Yes, I can make a pledge to get out of here ASAP. See ya.
I'll also be making that pledge.
No, I meant a pledge about antibiotics.
Yeah, well, what are the cost implications of this awareness day?
Not quite sure, but it won't be much, I don't think. It is a good idea, though.
Well, yes, in principle. You know, it is good to educate people about antibiotics.
So, you'll be a guardian then?
You what?
An antibiotic guardian is just someone who makes a pledge about their use of antibiotics and then they resolve to stick to it.
No nonsense.
Yes. Yes, I am in. But I am a little worried that you will struggle to get this all done in time.
Don't worry. I'm sure I can do it, Mrs. Timby. Yeah, I'm sure I can.
Well, good night.
This is all your fault, Clay. Hope you know that.
What floated to the surface?
Oh, yeah, my idea. Emailing the whole patient database and asking them to become antibiotic guardians.
I'm really glad that you've reconsidered.
Reconsidered?
Yes, your inheritance.
Oh, no, I haven't changed my mind about that.
We've got to try.
It's up to Mel.
Mel?
How do anything right?
New daytime drama next on BBC1 where required